Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We'll continue along with the line art portion of the animated illustration today. Going to try and get Makoto into here. She's basically the middle of the whole image right now. Even though she's basically just going to be a head on the right side of the canvas for all intents and purposes, like basically taking up this space like right here. On that note, let me just stick the U up. About there maybe? Or should she be a bit down? So there's a couple of things to note here. One is I wasn't actually as aware of this, but her horns do roll around the front of her head, or around the side of her head towards the front. So this head on side position probably is not the greatest idea. One, because I don't know how to get the horns in place, so they'll probably still stick out somewhat. I don't know if that would be a particularly good look, so I think we're just going to spin her around so that she's basically facing upwards. The good thing is that because of the way her hair works, we can basically get away with just one side of her face. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go all the way back to the giraffe here and just go through her head area again. So basically, we instead kind of want her eyes. Oop, that is not a black line. Her eyes probably be like around here, because this will be what, like, this is the eyes, then well, at least like a little bit turned right, so I'm really not great at doing a hit from like literally any angle apart from straightforward, so although we turn the head like very mildly. So the head is like have her nose so have like we kind of want exactly her eye to be perpendicular to the camera, I think is what we probably want. I think for that, we do want the eye to be like somewhat within the visible range. That means that the nose would be what, like about like here. And it won't be like sticking out as far. Actually, would the nose even be sticking out, or will it be like sticking out like just a bit? And then normally you'd actually, oh, don't do that. And then I feel like I'm doing this wrong. It had to take long. Alright, well, it's time to look for a reference because I don't know what I'm doing. The problem is I don't really know how to look for a reference for this. Hmm. Ba, 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 bum. Hmm. What do I do here? Hmm. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Hmm. Ba, 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 bum. Hum. Hmm. Up, 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 bum, ba, bum. Hum. Up, 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 bum, ba, bum, bum. Ba, ba, bum. Hmm. Ba, 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 bum. Somewhere around there. So ear is going what, like? This should actually over here is bending down because of gravity. Then Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Horn's gonna literally just be out of the frame. Should I need this many parts? It's literally just a hit. Oh there, how you doing? We need a head, and we need a head at an angle. How much of this is gonna move? But anyway, welcome to the stream. We're going through line art for what is going to be an animated illustration. Am I actually going to have the real estate to have her buried in the sand here, or am I going to completely cover that? We want body to stick through this way. Do I need to change the angle that she's at? I'm going to need to change the angle that she's at. We want... Well, this is a specific angle, so I can't actually just turn it, can I? No, I can't. You actually change the whole thing. Alright, instead of this, I could go... Let me just do that, do this. Instead, we could have her angled this way. Like, through here. That means that we go ahead and blanket her in sand. That means that, let's say head is here, and then neck like is about here, and then sand goes like about here, and then we're looking at a cylinder of sand like this, right? Cheers to that. I am trying some new things every now and then. You can also learn with me how perspective works, because perspective is a giant pain in the butt. Does this need to be wider if I do it like this, just to match her shoulder width? So go like up like here, because I still have the leeway to push. Because this is the shoulder, but like the actual body can go in a bit, even if we just cover her completely in sand. Just need to do this in a way where she can still slide behind Ibuki without looking weird. Where's Ibuki's butt? Like, it's not here. Actually, I'd have plenty of space. Go like here, cylinder into here. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the correct lines. only her head needs to move, so it just needs to be a solid shape. How much real estate does Satsuki take up just with her breasts? That's a crazy thing to question, but a lot of real estate. Okay, and we're basically positioning her in the middle. If she goes over the top, then her breasts will literally cover the center area fully. Even though she's further at the back. Her breasts are bigger than her head, right? Well, you take into account the hair, like a little bump of volume that you get from anime hair, then her head is about the same size as her breast. So I basically need to fit 3 of her heads into this one space. Oh dear. I can worry about that later. I just need to figure out how to angle Makoto here. Because I still need to be able to fit Iroha in the back as well. Okay, so let's pretend that we're going at an angle like this. Then, we just go into here, just do another rough here. You know, this is basically one of the benefits of doing an illustration for animation. All the things are done in separate parts. I don't have to worry about having to erase things to get another part in, because there's definitely parts when I'm just drawing where I'm lazy and I just draw everything on the same layer. Okay, so we're now looking instead. Let me just turn some stuff. I'll turn you off, turn you off for a bit. You don't need to be on, and whatever. And this is a super light blue that I can't see. Okay, let's just make this red so I can actually see it. Okay. That means we are now looking at a head. Do I have a reference for that? Not really. Let me just do a quick sweep and see if I can find a almost exact shot of this perspective. Because that would really squeeze down the amount of time it takes. Is that about right? Oh, this might be about right. Okay. Let me just grab this. Open that. Give me this. Copy that. Dump that into here. This is about the right angle here. So basically, we go I is like this. The actual head, let's just say round like this, and then the actual nose area as well, like this. Right against the eye line, or maybe closer to the no. Let's just stick out more. Basically, this is the nose is kind of like this. The cheek comes down on the other side into the chin. This is the front of the chin is like here. The bottom of the chin is like here. The jawline is like like this. We want to make it a little bit rounder because we want to Or at least that's what I understand about trying to make it more feminine. That means that the neck is about... Let me just turn some other stuff off. You off, you off, you off. Let's just make sure there's no lines here that's causing any conflicts. Let me turn you off. That means neck comes... Neck... No, the neck you need to look at from the back. So because the head is like... here should be probably more like this. Go like this, round. Then the neck will be going probably about like here. The bottom of the chin is like... Because the neck will be like this. Bottom of the chin is like... here. Neck coming through, and we're gonna bury her in sand. You know, we don't need to worry about her upper body. We can literally just like cover the area around here with just sand and just ignore the finer details completely and just hide it, because hiding things is the best way to not do something. How far do you usually bury someone in the sand? I haven't been to a beach in them way too long. It's usually up to the neck, right? You don't go any further than that. Well, and not vertically, but horizontally. What do you call this? Sand blanket? No? What do you call this? How do I search for this? On sand? Well, basically up to the neck. Yeah, so we can literally just hide the bottom of the chin area with just the sand that has to go up around her shoulders. Okay, then after that, the thing we need to take into account is that we still want her face mostly in frame, so we're just going to move her down a little bit. What are these lines? Whose lines are these? Okay, that feels too far. Should be more like right here. This is where the head rolls around. There should be like a circle like this. Okay. Sure, that means that we're not using... The nose is dead and the eye has to be like here. What am I doing? Okay, this doesn't help me anymore. Let me turn some of these off. We'll be seeing one eye. The other eye should be behind the bridge of the nose. But at this angle, we'll actually be seeing the bottom of the nose, so we do have to actually detail in the nose fully, even with the anime style, if I understand this correctly. Or we still just do like a triangle and just keep it simplified. I'll just see how it feels after messing with it. Okay, so we are going. Her eye is here. We're gonna close her eyes, so that will be about here. How do we do an eye at this angle? Because her eye should stick out a little bit on this side as well. Oh, this side's going to be covered by hair, so who cares? So her hair doesn't actually reach the tip of her nose, or kind of avoids it. So kind of just get her hair to go a little bit messy around here, pull her hair over the top. This should actually, should we see any hair going around her cheek? No, right? Like, not behind her cheek. All of this should just pull over the top and just end up behind. This should go down. This, her hair here should, this is what come. How does this work with her horns? Is it holding her hair down? Should just keep this specific part of the hair in a certain position. Is that how horns work? Because horns aren't like floppy animal ears. These things are hard. So like the hair should be stuck under there, right? Especially with horns like this that kind of hug the head shape. So basically this has to hug her the same spot coming down her head before, because the horns will be going over here and here. So gravity can't start affecting the hair until like we reach about here, where it can like kind of slant downwards. Then this needs to twist. And once it's on the once it's against the surface of the ground, then it can start twisting. And it can start doing whatever this is doing. And we have the sand here. We can actually pull it behind this and then kind of curl it around as well. Just kind of let it curl over the top. And we can just kind of hide her hair like that. Because her hair is up. So basically the ponytail will just be like back here. Maybe like it'll swing back around like here, and maybe it'll like be in, we can put it in the corner of the canvas like that. But she's gonna be mostly out of canvas anyway. Horn, how far does her horn actually come up? It'd be nice if there was a side shot of her. Let me see if I can find a side shot of her. Or just have to judge this off her 3D model in the game, which is already a chibi style, and it's probably not the most accurate thing in the world. Do we have a side shot of her? Actually, even looking at her front view in her non-swimsuit normal version, it's her horns are pretty much wrapped all the way to the front of her head. That means maybe we'll still see like the point of the of this horn, right? But the horns literally point like what, forward and up, so maybe more this way. How high up does her horns point? I think, no, this part of her horns actually points up and forward. Let me just grab a basic shot of her just facing forward. Is there one without her hat? No? Okay. Alright, give me this. Hello, how you doing? The horns curl around to the front, up, and still slightly in. Okay. And we don't need to worry about the halo. Okay, I think we'll just try and go with this for now. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go kid. Bum. Do I need to do the lower and upper jaw separately? No, her head's not going to turn that much. Do I need to actually define a nose here? I do. No, I don't. Wait. If the hair... The nose needs to be separate from the actual head. Well, that's going to be awkward. Also, I think I'm going to thin this line. Just narrow, yeah. Go with that for now. So how do I want to do the head? Do I want to do just the chin area, or do I actually want to go all the way down? Or do I actually want to do the head and the neck all in one? So chin, neck... Oh, sorry, head is like... No, the neck should be like here. Whoop, don't do that. The ear? Should the ear be that far back? That means that we're looking at... Sorry, right here, right, where the ear is. Because the awkward bit is that we require... this line ideally to be gone, but let me just do a bit of that. And let's just go into here and do a bit of that. Pop that out, please. Neat. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hit shape. Literally just need to have the nose area, because the nose needs to act as a wall for some of our layers here. So basically the nose is like here. Should it be more like more of a slope? Should be more like this. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. How do we want to layer it here? We'll go one. Do we want to be the right side over here? No, right? Not this angle. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Hmm. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. So basically we want to go from her eye over her nose. The nose literally has to be like its own piece, doesn't it? Because it has to be a bridge between the hair that could go in front and the hair that goes to the back. Turn. Okay, then should the rest of it actually end up curling over her head? Could just curl one all the way back into the face here. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All right, you Docker. Actually, no, different color. I can't see this thing. Agar or purple. So let's just say we have one piece that curls under where the nose goes. So we'll go. Do I want to... How much of this needs to go behind the head? Because most of this should actually like kind of slant downwards with gravity. Even with this piece here, should actually be more engine. Okay, so the hair coming down the side of her head should be in front of everything. So we're gonna say, what, left side front? Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. Okay, we're just gonna cut all this bit here. We just cover the rest of her. Well, let's stop the block it, so we don't have to worry about that part. Then, what do we want to do? We want to do the back part, which still has to be above for a kid, right? Yeah. Hum. 1, 2. Actually, the spot doesn't really need to move. Like, I kind of just do what the fuck I want, right? Hum. How do I feel about this? Oh, jeez. Let's take this wire off. Okay, well, we'll just go over the top. Ba, 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 ba. I'm just gonna start messing with this part and have a think about it. Alright, let's mess with what Satsuki instead. Looking at more of a front on shot. Yikes. Oh, jeez. How do I want to do this? I didn't. Probably should make the hit a bit taller. That's supposed to be... I don't really like it being out that fast, Blue. How does this work? It's like 2 layers of this, right? One, two, three. Hum, hum. Hmm? Wait, what? Oh no. Hum, hum, hum. Let's do that. Hmm. Hum, 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 hum. Alright, then we need another folder. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, hum, hum. Oh, let's go. Hum, 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 hum. Do I care about the hair that's like beyond the canvas? Probably not, right? What do you do here? Let's make all these waters. Hum. Alright, feeling a little bit not great, so just finish up here. I think I got okay in terms of the schedule, so I'm not worried too much about it. But I do need to rethink how to do Makoto as the one person who is not just facing camera. I'll also see if I can dig out the standard camera frame shot that I'm going to need anyway, because that is going to be a core part of the final product and probably make everything look a little bit more sensible in terms of the whole scene. Alright, but anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of line arts. Didn't get too much done because I was pretty much messing with Makoto on the angle for way too long, but continue this through into August. This is supposed to be the August project, so we are a little ahead of schedule by actually a fair amount. But regardless, we'll get the lines in, we'll get the colors in, and then we'll color the whole thing properly, and then we'll see how that feels once we take it in for modeling and then do the animation. As I'll go with similar to the previous one, we want like a entry animation into a looping animations. So if you want to see that, remember to be subscribed or following depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like, cause it helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.